My English is far from being perfect, but okay, my intentions are much closer to be perfect, so to welcome you and to share this collective intention that we have to rebuild the Europe. And in these days, I mean, we learn a lot of things, and many of those things we already knew in the long-term, long-lasting debate. And so basically, Europe now is just a kind of translating machine from the needs of financial capitalism, in a kind of renew in the Eurozone. And the local government, the national governments and parliaments actually, are just in charge of ensuring that this translation, this machinery, just works actually. And so as we heard yesterday, basically the wealth, the resources are kept at European level, in European institutions, in banks, in the companies, and actually the governments are just in charge of governing the poverty, of austerity, so to get secure the grabbing of wealth, of money, of commons from the local level, from what we actually produce, and up to the European level. So definitely there is a tension, we learn from, of course, from the democracy and the capitalism, basically. Definitely there is a tension. And there is a total failure of the social democratic compromise, of the last 30 years, basically. And definitely there is an out of balance in favor of capitalism, so that all this is a matter of fact. So actually, we must change the form in which we want to practice democracy, because the form that we used in the last 50 years, 30 years, whatever you want, just failed. Just because we were unable to ensure an out of balance in favor of people, of democracy, instead of in favor of the capitalism. I'm saying this really in simple words, okay? Because I'm not a professor in philosophy or whatever it is, I'm just an activist, and so I'm just translating in very simple and poor words. So we must change the form in which we practice the democracy. We claim that our democracy, outside the rules, outside the trap, outside what is actually the legality also. What the legal forms of democracy actually are just not as much powerful as we need today. So actually, that's the open question that we have in front of us as movement, as citizens. How to change the form in which we practice, we want back our democracy. Which means basically that we must claim for the European institution that we want, that are those institutions that grant the rights against the needs of financial capitalism, and not the other way around, like it is now, okay, basically. Starting, for instance, from a universal basic income. This is our, I would say, our jus soli. In Italy there is now this debate about jus soli or whatever, so whether or not you are a citizen, if you are born in some place or not. So our jus soli is basically the right to defend collectively against the aggression of capitalism. That's a simple way I say it. This is my jus soli. So I'm a European citizen, I'm a worldwide citizen, but now we are talking about Europe, Okay, what does it mean to be European? Okay, our jus soli as a European, which is everybody that lives here, okay, is the right to collectively defend against the aggression of capitalism. Really, really simple. And I like what Balibar say, So this kind of defense, of institution of defense, cannot just be kept frozen once for all. It must be constantly insurgent. Because there is actually, we learned also from Rapparelli yesterday, a kind of multipolarity in the ways the financial capitalism try to be effective in different territories. It's not just one way. They are very able, very effective in translating their needs and their mechanism, in very different ways. So in the North Africa or in Sweden, there is a great difference, and we must acknowledge this. In Greece, there is a difference between Greece and Italy in the way they do it, okay? And we must do it better, okay? This kind of multipolarity. So that's also the problem that we have in front of us. So how to empower the multipolarity of struggles, because okay, we use this term, that's what we are talking about, struggling. That's the different form of democracy. Not just to click or to vote, but to struggle, okay? Constantly insurgent, a constantly insurgent democracy. But that we must be really clever and aware that the form in which we use this democracy, this struggling, are different, but at the same time have the same scope. So that's why we are just gathering all together in assembly, in movement, in Blockupy, or in Bruxelles, or in Madrid, you know, and then in Athens, and then in the new Agora. Because we are different, we are struggling, but in the same scope. And that's the whole new Europe, new democracy. A new topography of democracy made by struggling, no? So please, don't let us alone with ourselves, okay? Basically, what you say that, okay, just try to put your Europe because you fucked up Africa, North Africa, okay? But we need also the point that a different way of struggling, no? Because that's, as you say also in the morning, the power is, yes, thank you. The power is exactly the same, but with different mechanisms. So, and we need to empower the multipolarity, as we say actually in the international call for Globalproject. You know, that's the same thing. So basically, just to finish, what this is basically a provocative intervention for what follows. Our European citizenship is that just we want to trade on kings. I mean, this is a statement, an assertion that has been made in Europe, okay, by a poet. Right. So Europeans are those that want to trade on kings, basically. That's the basis, okay, as a provocative assertion. And so that's our pillar, basically. Constant insurgent citizenship, okay, we want to trade on kings. That's what defines being European. And it means also to be very effective in, and just, I'm finishing, it's important what you say, no? Okay, there are so intense struggling and clash with power, the police, or whatever devices they put on the battleground, and then we must really care just about the continuity of the insurgent power that we can show, you know, that we can put in place. That's also an open question. How can we really be sure that what we do, for instance, in Milan, just to cite just the last thing, no? So to resist an eviction and then to occupy a new space, to make space actually, to build space, to make space with spaces with the bodies. But we must ensure the continuity of this, so all these struggles. And so that also to share those struggles with as many people as possible, not just few and clouds. That's the open questions that we have in front of us.